Yeah, I'm busy. I'm streaming. Hey guys, CP Cards and Dice. Welcome to Game 4 of our project. This is a continuation of our APA Stratomatic Payoff pitch. And then I'm looking forward to doing a History Maker Baseball perhaps, and back to basics, and compare and contrast how Tom Seaver's stats are at 83 when he returns to the Mets. See how it works out. And we're going to be using fast action cards. It's going to be the Mets at Cincinnati. This is April 26, 1983. And we're going to get started. We're going to play pretty quick. Payoff pitch does play pretty fast. For those people who are learning the game and like to watch these to learn it a little bit better, I will be fair to you, and then I will slow down and speed up at different points, and I will be doing a kind of narration of what the rules are and how you approach it and so on and so forth. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Mets. The actual lineup, I use Digi Dugout to print out the score sheet. It saves me time and energy. Danny Heap is leading off. He's in right field today. Huey Brooks, the third baseman. Mookie Wilson in center field. Cleanup is Dave Kingman, the first baseman. George Foster, the left fielder. Ron Hodges, the catcher. Brian Giles, the second baseman. Ron Gardner, shortstop, and Tom Terrific on the mound. Cincinnati has Dave Concepcion at short. Eddie Milner in center field. Cesar Cedeno, the right fielder. Johnny Bench playing third base in cleanup spot. Dan Dreesen at first base. Ron Oster, second baseman. Dwayne Walker, the left fielder, and Dan Billardello, the catcher, batting eighth. Batting ninth is Bruce Bereni, and Bereni was 9-14 with a 3.86 ERA. Seaver was 9-14 with a 3.55 ERA. So they're pretty close. And here goes. We're gonna be pulling cards, and that's gonna turn these around. That's going to be a 5 off Bereni. That's a patient to Danny Heap. He's a right. Heap is a lefty. Bereni is a righty. So a 56, and the patient is going to be a base hit, ground ball, and through the right side. Heap is on with a single. And he needs a 3 to steal. I don't know that I'm going to pull 3, but we'll see what happens here. Let's see where I can put that up there like that. Huey Brooks is a right-handed hitter against Bereni. Here's a pitch. It's a 9. That's patient. And a patient 88, and that is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. We could look at the previous card, which is a 9. So that's going to be, it's an 8 there and a 7 there. So to the shortstop is going to be a fielder's choice. Mookie Wilson with a runner on first. And again, we're going to take a look at what you need for a stolen base here. Again, a 3. So if we pull any really low numbers, we'll check. And 11 is not going to do it. But 11 is going to be a tough result. A tough 42, and that is line base hit for Mookie Wilson. And Huey Brooks should be at least a 6, and that'll, with 2 outs. Oh, there's only 1 out. So let's see what the card says that he does. Moves up 1 base. So it's a base hit single, and they're going to stop Brooks at second. So it puts runners on first and second. And it's Dave Colin Kingman, good power. And he's a cleanup batter here in the top of the first inning with 2 men on. Bruce Bereni checks the sign. It's Billardello, the catcher. And it's a 7 off Bereni. That's a tough, so we're going to look at a tough section of Kingman. And a 49 is going to be a strikeout. No surprise there. Con Kingman swinging for the fences. Here's George Foster, who has a better year in 83 than he did in 82 for the Mets. And he became somewhat of an unpopular player in the Mets. You know, they expect a lot from him as a free agent who had hit 52 home runs in 1977. and he came to the Mets and really underperformed tremendously in that first season with the Mets. By 83, he does have an improved season where he hits 28 home runs. And he's up here. He's a right-handed batter against Bernie with 2 on and 2 out. And here's the pitch. It's an 8. We're going to look at the 8. It's a tough result, a tough 96. And that is going to take us to the out range, and that's a fly to left. Under it is the left fielder, Dwayne Walker, and he squeezes it. No runs, 2 hits, and a couple left on base. All right. It's going to be Tom Seaver versus Concepcion, Milner, and Cedeno. Here goes. Tom Terrific with an 8. That's a tough 93, and that's an easy out for the left fielder. Who's out there? Is that Wilson? George Foster. 1 down. Next is Eddie Milner. He's a left-handed hitter. Milner is batted .284 versus righties. Here's a pitch. It's a 5. 5 is in play, a 95. That's a fly to right. And right there is Danny Heat. 2 down, and here's Cesar Cedeno, who versus righties batted .231. Didn't have a good season. That's a 12. In play 22, and that is going to be line drive base hit to left, played on a hop by George Foster. So Cesar Cedeno is on, and Cedeno needs a 5 or less to steal. So we'll take a look at that and see what we pull. And we do pull a 5, so he's going to go. There he goes. Gets the jump. The throw down is going to be safe all the way down, so it's a stolen base. Hodges not in time. John Bench with a runner in scoring position now. Cedeno steals second. Cedeno must have had a lot of stolen bases because he didn't have a lot of stolen bases at 13, but he only had 300 at bats, so that would have given potentially 26. But he does have a 5C. All right, and John Bench. Here's the pitch from Seaver. It's a 9. That's a patient 17, and that's ball 4. So Bench is careful with Seaver's careful with Bench, and Bench works a walk. 2 outs, runners on first and second, and Danny Dreesen, he's a lefty batter, batted .294 against righties. Here's the pitch. It's a 6. That's in play, 34, and that is, my friends, going to be a base hit. With a runner on second, Cedeno will probably score with 2 outs. He's at least a 6. Cesar Cedeno. He is a runner rating of 7, so he does score 6 or better with 2 outs will score. And then John Bench will probably stop. John Bench is a run rating of 5, so he'll stop. I think I pulled that. That was a 1 base. But Tom Terrific, who starts the season 0-2. His record is 0-2. Although he had a fine last outing, and he falls behind here. It's an RBI. Cedeno scores. Bench stops at second. Dan Dreesen, an RBI single. 1-0 Reds. Here at home, here's the pitch from Seaver. It's a 5. That's in play to Oster. Ron Oster with a 73, and that is a grounder to short. Up with it is Gardner, and that retires the side. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. And it's 1-0 Reds. All right, Ron Hodges leading it off. It's an 11. That's a tough 0-3, strike 3, 1 down. Brian Giles with a 6. That's in play, and a 14. That's line base hit. Giles with a single. Base knock for Giles. He's on at first. Giles stealing is a 4 steal. He had 17 stolen bases, so he will be going. And it's a 6, so he does not get the jump. And a 6 for Gardner. Well, actually, off the pitch, it's in play. We'll look and see what happens. A 0-4, in play 0-4, and that's a base hit. Runner will advance 1 base. First and second with 1 out. So Mets have 4 hits early on in this game. The bats are alive and well here early on in Cincinnati. Riverfront Stadium. Tom Terrific with runners on first and second. I'm going to swing away. No stolen bases at this point. That's a 5. A patient 24, And we get lucky. It's a base on balls. Yes, it is. So Tom Terrific manages a walk. That's going to load the bases with 1 out. And that brings the top of the order. Danny Heap, left-handed hitter, versus Bruce Bereni. Here's a pitch. It's a 6. That's in play. In play 0-9. That's going to be a line drive base hit. And let's see if that scores 2, and it does. And stopping at second is going to Tom Terrific, but in comes Giles, followed by Gardner, and the Mets are taking the lead. A 2-run single by Danny Heap, and he drives in number 7 and 8, and he's on at first base, first and second. And here's Uwe Brooks. It's a 10. That's a tough 70, and that is a fly ball to right field. Now, with 1 out, I'm not going to worry about tagging. I could tag. I have a system where you just play the regular payoff pitch system, and you just check the runner, check the outfielder's arm, and so forth. I'm not going to do that here because there's 2 outs, and there's no reason to have them thrown out at third base. It's first and second, 2 outs, and here comes Mookie Wilson. Mookie Wilson batted .283. Here's a pitch from Bereni. See if Bereni can get out of this jam. Tough. Already given up 2 runs. A tough 95, and it looks like he is going to get out of the jam. It's a fly to right. Right fielder Cedeno. He kind of comes over and makes the catch. 2 runs on 3 hits. The big hit is the 2-run single by Danny Heap. And we go to the bottom of the second. All right, it's going to be Tom Terrific versus Dwayne Walker. I'm using the PDFs. The great thing about the PDFs is I can write in them, no problem. All right, it's a 3. That's patient. And a patient 78, and that's going to be an out. Chop to second. 1 down. So we have an easy inning here. It's a 5. That's an in play 87. And that is a grounder to short. Up with it is Gardner. Throws him out. That's 2 down. And here's Bereni, the pitcher. It's a 6. That's in play 52. And that's going to be a grounder to first. 3 up, 3 down. That was a quick inning. All right, Tom Seaver. Good job there. And now we go to top of the third. Dave Kingman. That's a 5. That's patient. Patient 34, and that's a base on balls. So Kingman's on at first. Kingman, 2 stolen bases, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to be checking for that. Here's George Foster with a 7. A 7's a tough. Tough 0-1's a strikeout. I don't even have to look. Next is Ron Hodges. That's a 7. It's a tough. Tough 77. And that could be it's a fly to center. 2 out. And Brian Giles, 2 out, 1 on. It's a 9er. That's a patient 36, and that is a base on balls. So 2 walks in this inning. Which runners on first and second for Gardner. Gardner singled and scored a run in the second inning. Here's a pitch. It's a 4. That's ballpark. Uh-oh. Our ballpark card against a righty is 1-45, and it's an 11. That puts us in the wheelhouse. This is a wheelhouse pitch to Gardner, and he's got nothing but singles there. And it won't be a single. It's going to be an out. That's a fly to right. No runs, no hits, 2 left. Seaver versus the top of the order, Concepcion. After this, we got a shuffle. That's an 11 off Seaver. A tough 35, and that's a strikeout. Tom Terrific with his first strikeout of the game. That's a 10 ballpark. A ballpark 25. And that is against a lefty. It goes to 53. So that's going to be in the ballpark against a righty. Eddie Milner's got a little bit of power. And he's got some extra base hits there as well. Pull a card. That's an 84. And that is a hard hit grounded to second. Got on top of that wheelhouse pitch and grounded it out. All right, here's Cesar Cedeno. It's a 7. Tough 54, and that is a Chopper to third baseman. UB Brooks up with it, fires to first, and low, but scooped out by Kingman. 3 up, 3 down, and Sievers retired 7 in a row. All right, it's time to. I really have to get a couple more sets of this. But I'm a big PDF guy. Print them out. Yeah, I gotta look and see to print these out. I don't feel like. I had one of these and I sold it. Had an extra one. I had 2 of them. So when I bought the game, I didn't know that the fast action cards came with the game. I didn't know that. And then all of a sudden I had 2 sets because I ordered a set, and plus one came with the game. Whoa. Right. There we go. All right, top of the 4th. Here goes. It's going to be Tom Terrific. He walked earlier on. That's a 9, a patient 50. And that is a ground ball and through the left side for a base hit. So Tom Terrific is on with a single. Danny Heap is up next. That's a 4. That's a ballpark. A ballpark 69 is going to be in play. And a 52 in play 52. And that is grounded to third base. This could be a double play. I could pull this. I could use the 7. And the 7 is going to 52. I don't want to use the same thing, so I'm going to pull a new card, and it's a 5, so it is a double play. It's a 5-4-3 double play. Nice turn by the Reds. It's going to go grounded to bench. Bench fires it to Oster, and Oster to Dreesen. Huey Brooks, Bruce Bereni, top of the 4th. 2-1 Mets. This is the project because we compare and contrast APA, Stratomatic, and now once I have the stats for Seaver's 83 season using Payoff Pitch, we will compare and contrast. Huey Brooks, that's a 3. That's a patient 05, ball 4. 2-out walk by Brooks, and Brooks stole 6 bases. He needs a 3 to steal. I doubt we're going to get that. 8. That's a tough 59. That's a grounded to third. Across the diamond, and that retires the side. No runs. Oh, 1 hit. No runs, 1 hit. 1 left. Bottom of the 4th. Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific is looking for his first victory here in game start number 4 of the season. He's 0-2. Had a really fine outing in his last start. And here goes Tom Terrific with a 6 that's in play 78 against Johnny Bench. And that is a fly deep center field. Backing up is Wilson, and that's 1 away. Next is Dan Dreesen, who singled, an RBI single. That's in play. And here's going to be another base hit single for Dan Dreesen. 2 for 2 on the day. Dreesen's stolen base is a 6. If it's a 3, he'll go. Why not? No 3 there. It's a 7. That's going to be a tough 85. And that's going to be a fly to center. Shallow center racing in is Wilson. Will he get there? And he does. Back to first goes Dreesen. And Dwayne Walker now. Dwayne Walker is 0 for 1 with the ground out. It's a 10. It's a ballpark. A ballpark 93 is in play 16. That's a base hit. And with 2 outs, Dreesen was almost guaranteed to go to third. His run rating is a 5, so maybe not. Let's see what the card says. Nope, 1 base, so he's going to stop at second. First and second now with 2 outs. Here comes Dan Billardello. It's a nice thing about Payoff Pitch. You get every card. So I want to create a real actual lineup with the guys that started in the game. I don't worry so much about the bench guys, but at least the guys that started. 10, ballpark. 70. This is a righty, so it goes up to 45. So it's going to be in play 32. See, it was a 30 and 31. So in play 32 is going to be a base hit. And this looks like it's going to score a run. We'll see what it says. Right on second scores. And Dwayne Walker should go to third. He is a 5, so he does not go to third. But it is an RBI single. 2-out single, driving in number 5 for Dan Villardello. So the game is tied at 2. And here's Bereni. 4, that's a tough, a 61, and that's a strikeout. That's going to retire the side. But they pick up a run on 3 singles, and they tie the game at 2 apiece. I like playing these older seasons because I don't move pitchers out very much. Like, in a modern game, they would probably pinch hit for their pitcher in the 4th inning. I don't do any of that. I wait till the 7th or 8th inning. All right, so it's going to be Dave Kingman. The game is tied at 2. Bereni's still in there. He gets fatigued in the 6th. 4, that's a ballpark. Ballpark 10, that's wheelhouse. That ball is a deep drive off the bat of Kong. There's no doubt about that. Looking up is Walker, and the Mets have the lead. Kong Kingman connects. And here's George Foster. That's a 4. That's a ballpark 65. It's going to be in play. An 86 is going to be an out. And that's grounded to short. Concepcion throws him out. George Foster throwing out his old teammate for many years, George Foster. Here's Ronnie Hodges, an 8. That's a tough 75. And that is a fly to center. Over is Eddie Milner. Brian Giles with 2 outs. It's a 7. A tough 88. And that will retire the side. Chopped to short. Waiting back and now charging in is Concepcion. Throws on the run and gets his man. 1 run on 1 hit, the home run. The solo shot by Kong Kingman gives the Mets a 3-2 lead. All right, Tom Seaver in the bottom of the 5th now. He's going to face the top of the order with Concepcion. That's a 6 in play. In play 45, and that is a pop-up. Right side, Kingman over. Makes the catch. 1 down. Eddie Milner. It's a 7. It's a tough 95, and that's a fly to right. Second fly to right for Milner. And here's Cedeno, who's 1 for 2 on the day. That's a 3. That's a patient 76. That's a fly to center. 3 up, 3 down. Top of the 6th inning. This is the fatigue inning, so we're going to bring out a fatigue card. I'll show you how to use that. I don't freak out at fatigue cards. I mean, they're okay. It's not going to guarantee you're going to get pummeled here. Let's look. He had a 7, so he had a lot of strikeouts. So we got to get somebody with more than 6 strikeouts. 590. Here's 1, and his ERA was less than 3.99. So this is his card. This is Bruce Springy's fatigue card. Now, usually I kind of have a rule. Basically, if he gives up, 3 hits on a fatigue card, we pull him. You can even say 2 hits because it's a close game. You can make it 4 hits if it's not a close game, but it is a close game. So we'll see if he gives up 2 hits, then we're going to pull and we're going to bring in another pitcher. So we got a couple of pitchers warming up in the bullpen. And it's going to be Garnire leading it off. Now let's take a quick peek. Do I have my phone yet? I'll take a quick peek at the box score for this, and we'll get. Let's see what we got going here. All right, 83. I just want to take a look and see who was around to do the relief pitching in this game. Just want to keep it, somewhat close to reality. They used 1 pitcher in this game. Yep, Bereni won a complete game. He won this game 2-1. Well, actually, he won it 7-0. Shut out the Mets in this game. Let's look at the next game and see who the Reds used as relief pitchers. They use Hume. I mean Hume, and then let's check one more game. See who they use. The Reds will use. They use a lot of pitchers here. They use Hume, Scherer, Hayes, and Scherer. Let's separate these guys so we know. Hume. Hope Hope everybody's doing well out there. Separating some relief pitchers. There's Hume is there. Scherer is there. I think I said Paleo, right? Let me see. Is that what I said? Hayes, Scherer, and Hume. Let me say Paleo. Hayes. Let's put. Oh, Ben Hayes. There he is. Okay, these are the three guys. I don't think I'll need more than three relievers. We'll leave them on top. All right, here goes Gardner. Here's a pitch here in the top of the sixth. It's 5, and that's going to be in play 62. And what did I say? It's going to be an out. So just because it's a fatigue card doesn't mean it's, it's going to give up a lot of hits. So Seaver's up next with 1 out in the top of the sixth. It's a 3-2 game. Mets are up 9. A tough 40. That's a strikeout. Seaver is struck out by a fatigued pitcher. And it's Danny Heat with a 3, and that is a patient 69er. And that is chopped to short. And scooped by Geronimo and throws out Heat. 3 up, 3 down. By the fatigue pitcher card. So he's got 6. So once it comes to his position in the batting order, I'll pinch hit for him. Seaver's going to face John Bench. That's an 8. That's a tough 84. That's a grounder to short. Easy pickings for Gardner. Danny Dreesen with an 8. That's a tough 37. That is a base hit for Dreesen. Lines one to right center field. He is 3 for 3 on the day. Stolen base wise, we're looking at a 3 there. So if we get a 3, we may go. Tom Seaver against Ron Oster. It's a 5. In play 07. That's going to be a line drive base hit. And a 07. That's going to get past the outfielders. Dreesen may score on this, and Dreesen he's going to stop at third, but it is a double. It's a 1-out double, putting runners on second and third now. So Seaver is in a little bit of a jam, and he's facing Dwayne Walker. Dwayne Walker at a 244 versus righties with a couple of home runs. It's a 3-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Seaver's given up so far. He's given up 7 hits. There is some action in the bullpen. Seaver in this season, he's 38 years old. And he's not going 9 innings anymore. He's going pretty much 7 innings. He gets fatigued in the 7th. So I will not hesitate to pull. Seaver. All right. And here goes to Dwayne Walker, first and second. Second and third, excuse me. We're going to have to bring the infield in this situation. And let me pull out that chart. This is the first time I'm looking at a chart. Infield in right here. And you know what? Let me slide this over so you can see the charts a little bit better. There we go. Got a lot of stuff going on. I know this is messy. We got a new desk. It's like 3 times larger. All right, here goes. So you got the infield in information right here. Let's see. Second and third, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th, 3-2 Mets. Infield is going to be in on the grass. You got Giles at second, Gardner at short, U.B. Brooks at third, and Kingman at first on the grass. I want to stop. I want to hold that runner at third base. See what happens. Here's a pitch from Seaver. We need a strikeout. It's an in play 56. And that is going to be a fly to left field. And we'll have some fun here because this is a potential. Dan Dreesen is not really a fast runner. So, but we'll check and see if it's a deep fly ball. Let's see if it is a deep fly ball. It's a deep fly ball to left field. So our left fielder, let's look at his number, is George Foster. I don't know that he has really a great arm, not known for his arm. Foster's arm rating is a 6. All right, let's write that down. His arm rating is a 6. Dan Dreesen's run rating is a 5. So any 5 or 6, we know we're going to go on the choice chart. It's a deep fly to left field, and basically a 2, 3, or 4. So these are the chances: 2, 3, 4. Right? Those are the chances he has. And above that, he's going to hold on a 7, 8, 9, and he will score. I forget my own rule. He'll hold on a 7, 8. It's a deep fly to left field. He'll score on a 10. You know what? No, he's out on a 10, 11, 12. He's out. He'll score on a 9 or a 10. 7 or 8 he holds. 7 or 8 he holds. 9 or 10 he scores. And 11 and 12 he is out. Now I could make it he's out because it's a fly to left field. I could make it that he's out on a 10, 11, 12, and that's what I'll do because it's the left field. So he's really an out. He's safe on a 9. He holds on a 7 and 8. He could be safe all the way from 2 to 6, but the choice chart is going to be on a 5 and a 6. So we're going to pull a card and see what happens, just for the excitement of it. You're going to try to tie the game here against George Foster's arm on a deep fly to left field. It's a 7, and he's going to hold. So he's going to take a few steps, and he's going to change his mind, and it's a fly to left field. So all that just for him holding, but that's the excitement there. That's the whole point of this, right? So you can always kind of decide what you want to do, and that's pretty much it. Now, if it's a short fly ball, if it's a short fly ball anywhere, it becomes he's out at 12, 11, 10, 9. And if it's the left field, it's always one extra. It becomes an 8. He's out on any of those. And then, of course, he holds. Anything between these numbers, he would automatically hold. And that really what I'm adding to the game is just that extra hold factor that sometimes they don't feel that they're going to make it, and they change their mind, even though it's okay. There's that factor of, and I like to have that in the game. So anyway, there's 2 outs now, and here comes Dan Billardello. Billardello is 1 for 2. He has an RBI single in the 4th inning. See if Tom Seaver can get out of this jam. Here goes. Here's the pitch. It's an 11, a tough 42, and that is going to be strike 3, and Seaver strikes out Billardello to retire the side, and that's his third strikeout of the game. Does not have the fastball he once had. No runs on 2 hits. 3-2 ball game. So that was pretty exciting. And I reviewed. I have not played payoff pitch in a couple of months, so I'm reviewing this sacrifice fly rule. I actually have a video on the sacrifice fly rule. It's called Sacrifice Fly Payoff Pitch. Brooks. Moving this over. Brooks against a fatigued Billardello. Still fatigued. 7. That's wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 18, and that is going to be a drive. 1 hop off the wall. And Brooks drives one for a double to lead off the inning, and that's going to be it for Billardello. For Bereni. And who's coming up? A switch hitter. But then we got a couple of righties, so we're going to bring in Ben Hayes, a righty. Ben Hayes is coming in. All right, so here's Ben Hayes. Let's write him in. Bereni went 6. Gave up how many hits? 2 there. 5, 6, 7, 8 hits in 6 innings. How many walks? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 walks. And strikeouts? 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts. It's Ben Hayes. Now, Ben Hayes was 4-6 with a 6.49 ERA. He appeared in 60 games, so we're going to make a little notation that he is in the game now. All right, here goes. We're going to pull top of the 7th. Should have. I forgot to shuffle. Do the shuffle. We're not redoing that double because we're not gonna do that. We don't really care if there's a double there or not right now because I don't have white out and I'm not gonna make a mess of my scorecard for that. It's all right. It was a fresh card. Let's see what happens. The issue was that it was a fatigued pitcher. Bereni was pushed to his limits. All right, we're in the top of the 7th. 3-2 Mets. All right, here goes. Mookie Wilson. Here's a pitch from Ben Hayes. That's a 12. That's defense. 87. That's going to be an automatic out. Automatic out. And let's see what kind of an out. It's a fly ball to center field. And it is a deep fly to center field. And the center fielder's arm rating. I know Brooks. Let's see, his speed is a 5. So speed is a 5. And the center fielder's arm, Milner, is a 6 arm. So we're going to try to score. Try to tag up and go to third on this, on a deep fly to center field. Let's give him a 6 arm. This is a 5 run. So a 6 arm, so it's a 5 and a 6. And it's going to be a 2, 3, 4 is automatic safe. Then we're going to get, he's out at 11 and 12, and he holds on. He holds at everything else. He holds at everything else. So it's not automatic that he's thrown out. I don't like that. It just doesn't, because what happens is then if the odds are so high that he's thrown out, guys are never going to try to advance on flyouts and tag ups. So there's a whole bunch of holes here now. 7, 8, 9, and 10 he holds. 11 and 12 he the only difference last inning was that he could be thrown out at 10, 11, and 12 because it was a fly to left field. Center and right, I don't give him the extra arm ability. But in this case, he'll be thrown out 11 and 12 or the choice chart, which could land on 5 and 6. Let's pull the card and see what happens. It's an 8, so he's a hold. So he does not advance, changes his mind. And that now is 1 out, fly to center. All right, and here's Dave Kingman. Here's a pitch. That's a 9er. That's a ballpark. Oh, boy. 1-45, 95. So it's in play. So Ben Hayes got lucky. But it's going to be a base hit for Kingman. And will this score the runner? And it does. Around to score is Wilson. Throw home, not in time. RBI single for Dave Kingman. And the Mets are up now 4-2 with a runner on first. Kingman is a 3 stolen base threat. So let's see what happens. It's a pitch from Hayes. It's a Foster. It's a 7. That's in play. In play 13. That's going to be a line drive base hit. And that is going to stop Kingman at second. First and second. And Ron Hodges, here's a pitch. It's an 8. That's tough. A tough 90. And that is a grounded to second. We can use the previous, an 8. And that is not going to be a double play. It's going to be a fielder's choice, a 4-6 fielder's choice. That puts runners on first and third. And Brian Giles is up. 4-2 Mets, 2 outs, runners on first and third. Brian Giles. At third base, you got Kingman. At first base, you got Hodges. And here's the pitch. Ben Hayes on the mound. It's a tough pitch. See if Giles can do anything with it. And he does. Little ground ball and through the left side. That's going to score Kingman. 5-2 ball game. And with 2 outs, Hodges is going to, I believe he's going to stop. He's not a 6. He stops at second. So first and second, RBI for Giles. He's 2 for 3 on the day. And that's going to be it for Hayes. Hayes goes 2/3 of an inning, 0.2, and gives up 1, 2, 3 hits. And we're going to bring in Bill Scherer. You know what? Scherer is going to come in. He's a lefty, but I don't want to bring in Hume because Hume is more like a closer. Let me see. Was he their closer? Oh, no. Wait. No, he's not really their closer, and he's a righty. So we're going to bring in Hume. It's still a close game. I think Hume is the better. Oh, not really. 4.77 ERA. Scherer is a little bit better. But I think Scherer was more like a 73 games, 92 innings pitched, more like an inning. Hume can go a little bit more. Oh, no, actually, Hume is like an inning guy. Huh. That is the bottom of the order. Let me bring in Hume, and I'll bring in Scherer if I need to in the 8th inning or 9th inning. All right. So here comes Hume. And there's 2 outs. Scores 5-2 now. There's runners on first and second with Gardner, who is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Hume. That's a 7 in play off Gardner. And that is an 11. Uh-oh. That's a base hit. And a runner at second will score. That's going to advance Giles to third. RBI. Hodges scores. First and third. Tom Terrific is up. And we're going to try to get Tom Seaver as a fatigue pitcher through the 7th. I'd like to see that, how that works. But if he gives up a couple of hits, we'll pull him. All right, here's the pitch from Seaver. Let him bat. It's an 11. Tough. A tough 0-3. That's a strikeout. And that will retire the side. So 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 3 runs for the Mets on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Doubling all singles, 4 singles. And it's a 6-2 ball game now. And in the bottom of the inning, we got a new pitcher, so we saw a double switch. Let's see who we brought in the double switch. And I did not declare that double switch, but it was Tom Foley, Alan Nicely, who else? Rafael Landestoy. Let's see what Landestoy looks like. What he does. Landestoy, I think he's an outfielder, right? Nicely is plays all kinds of positions. Foley plays shortstop, second base. I want to bring him in. I know Householder is an outfielder. Landestoy, did I pull out Landestoy? I may not have him here in this set. Ritas, Trevino, Nicely, Krenchicki, Williams, Paris, Jeff Jones, Saski. I don't think I have Landestoy here. I don't think I printed him out. He may be the extra players, that sort of thing. So let's look at who else we got going here. Got Foley, shortstop, Nicely. Okay. Householder. Householder is going to pinch hit. Actually, no. He came in and replaced Dwayne Walker. And it's Householder. in left field. He came in there, and he's batting in the bottom of the seventh, leading it off against Tom Terrific. Here's a pitch. It's a 10. Tom, that's a ballpark. Ballpark 99. It's in play. In play 0-6. That's line base hit. And that's going to split the outfield. He's going to roll to the wall. Householder around second. He's going to try for third. No. Puts on the brakes and heads back to throw to second. He is out. No, he is safe. All right. So it's a double. Leadoff double for Householder. And here's Dave Concepcion. There's action in the Met bullpen. Here's the pitch. That's a 12. That's in play. 87. And that's a ground that is short. Runner's going to hold on this. Let's just Householder is a 6 runner. I'll give a 7 and an 8 a move to 7 and 8 a move to third, but not anybody 6 or less. It's only 40% of the time, I think, and 20% with grounders to third that the guy advances. So it's got to be less than half. So runner on second, he holds up on that ground to the shortstop. Gardner looks at him, looks him back to second, throws the first in time. Eddie Milner. Here's a pitch from Terrific. It's a 4. That's a tough 0-2, strike 3, and Seaver with his 4th strikeout of the game. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be using a – oh, wait, I don't have to use a fatigue card. Why? Because Seaver hasn't given up 3 runs yet. Okay, so I didn't make the mistake. I didn't make that mistake. So I'm good. All right. So now it's Cedeno. Here's the pitch to Cedeno. It's a 10. That's ballpark. A ballpark 43. That's trouble. That's going to be a wheelhouse pitch. And Cedeno has a 1-26 home run, and that will, that'll bring the game within 2 runs if he gets a hold of this one. So a swing by Cedeno on a pitch right down the middle, and that ball is a ground ball to second base. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. Tom Terrific looking good, going for his first victory of 1983. Starting off for the Mets is going to be Heap against Tom Hume. Here's the pitch. It's a 6. It's a tough 51, and that is a ground ball third base. Third baseman is bench. Throws out Heap. Next is a 4. That's a patient. Brooks, a patient 0-1 is ball 4. Second walk for Huey Brooks. A 6 is a tough 60, and that is a ground ball to third. Will this be a double play? It's a 6 there. It's a 7 and a 7. It's a 5-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits, none left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Tom Terrific looking good today. He has allowed how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7 and 3 is 10 hits. So we're gonna replace Tom Terrific, even though he's pitching well. We are gonna replace Tom Terrific here. Let's see where I can find my Mets cards. Here they are. And we got righty, lefty, and Oster. I don't know what he is. So we'll bring in Carlos Diaz. Let's have a heck of a bullpen. Diaz had a 2.05 ERA in 83 innings pitched. So Seaver went 7, gave up 10 hits, 2 runs, a walk. He walked 1 there. He walked only 1, and he struck out 4. Does not have the fastball that he once had. So Carlos Diaz is in for Seaver here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to John Bench. It's an 8. That's a tough 27, and that is a strikeout. Oh, gotta look at the left side. It is a strikeout versus a lefty because Carlos Diaz is a lefty, so you got to switch. Here is Danny Dreesen, lefty on lefty. 6-2 Mets. Seaver looking for his first victory of the year. That's a tough 99. And that is a fly to right. 2 down. And here's Ronnie Oster, a switch hitter, batting from the right side. That's a niner. That's a tough 57. And that is, almost a base hit. But no line and caught by the shortstop. Robbed Oster of a base hit. Nice play by Gardner. No runs, no hits, none left. Top of the ninth. Payoff pitch. Mets are up 6-2. This is my project where I compile Seaver's starts in '83, and then I compare them to my replay of Appa and Stratomatic. And I took about a month and a half, 2-month break from continuing my project, but I'm back to it. And it's going to be Dave Kingman. Hume is still in there. He's going to go, you know what? He's going to stay in there. 5, that's a patient 84. And that is a grounder to short. Concepcion throws out Kingman. George Foster, who is 1 for 4 today with a 7. That's an in play 20. And that is going to be line base hit left center field. Played on the hop by Householder. He's out there now replacing Dwayne Walker. All right, so Foster's on with a 1-out single, top of the ninth. 7, that's an in play. 72, and that is going to be a fly to center. Over is Milner, makes the catch. So Hodges flies out, and here's Giles. Giles is 2 for 3. 7 is in play and a 54. In play 54, that's going to be an out. We grounded to first, and the first baseman, Dreesen, will take it himself. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left. The Reds are down to their last 3 outs. Bottom of the ninth, we're going to see a pinch hitter. See a pinch hitter here. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Tom Foley. Tom Foley, not Tim Foley, but Tom Foley. He's going to pinch hit. All right, here's a pitch from Carlos Diaz to Tom Foley, lefty versus oh, actually, you know what? Foley's a lefty, so let me bring in somebody else to pinch hit. I'm going to bring in who else plays in this game? Cards are sticking together a little bit. Got to get some natural oils on there. Jim John, Kelly Paris, Alan Nicely. Nicely's going to come in there. He's going to pinch it. Not Foley, but Nicely versus the lefty Diaz. So let's Nicely. All right, here's the pitch. It's going to be a 12 defense 19. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. Is it a 1 or a 2 base error? It will be a 1 base error. So he bobbles it, drops the ball, no throw to first. E6. I think that's the first error of the ball game. And it's on the Mets. Bill Ardello's up. Here's a pitch from Diaz. That's a 9er. It's a tough 97 against a lefty. And that's a fly to the left. Householder's up with 1 out. Bottom of the ninth. That's a 3. That's a patient 77. And that is a grounder to short. This may be a double play. It's a 3. It is. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Ball game over. Mets win it. And that's Seaver's first victory. He's 1 win and 2 losses here early on, his 4th start. Seaver went 7 innings, 10 hits, 2 earned runs. So let's do the line score. Mets had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 hits, 6 runs. So it's Mets 6 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. The Reds 2 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and the Mets come into Riverfront Stadium, and Tom Terrific, returning to Cincinnati after 6 years with the Reds, beats the Reds by a score of 6-2. And that's about it, guys. So I'm going to set up. I got my next bunch of games all ready to roll here, and I'll show you how that looks. So Hume's going to go in here. This set goes here. Mets pitchers go up there. And I'll show you how I have it set up here already. I got the next 10 games ready to roll. So that was my that's start number 3 here. Seaver in last start did well. I mean, he went 8 innings, gave up only 1 run, but did not get a decision in that one. Diaz took a loss in that game. It was an extra inning defeat. Pirates beat the Mets in 12 innings, I believe, 13 innings, I believe. But Seaver did well. Gave up only 5 hits in that game. And then, so here it is. The next game is going to be, and this is where I put the stats for my Apple stuff. I'm doing another replay. Doing that one by hand, like old school. So we play the Atlanta Braves. It's Phil Negro versus Tom Seaver next. That's going to be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So I also have to track. I'm tracking stats here. I don't know where I started tracking them. I can't remember. Ah, there they are. 3rd game and 4th game. There are the stats. So it's going to be 8.0, loss, no decision, win. It was 8-5-1-1, 8-5-1-1, and it's a 1-5, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. That's all I'm keeping. And then in this game, it was a win. He went 7, gave up 10 hits though. It's a lot of hits. 7.0. How many runs in this game? 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. And that's how I keep track. And I guess after I do this month, I can do just write in, because the next game is going to be May 1st. So what I'll do is I'll just write in April here, and then I'll put his stats for April. He went to 22, 27.1, 25 hits, gave up 11 runs, only 9 earned runs. No, 8 earned runs. 8 earned runs. He walked 8, and he struck out 7, 12, 16. And that is totals for April. We're going to start May, and then I'll just follow that up with these totals here. This is CP Cards and Dice saying thanks for watching. I hope I helped you learn the game a little bit, kind of try to go at a pace that you can kind of follow along. And we'll see you guys soon. Take care.